What's happening, guys? Ari here from Boston Automotive Consulting, and I'm getting ready to buy myself a car. I haven't decided 100% yet if I'm planning on leasing or purchasing. However, in this video, I want to give you guys some tips to be following shortly after coming out of this COVID-19 lockdown that we're in, with a bunch of dealerships being closed and operating remotely, virtually, what have you. To start off this video, I want to mention, by visiting saveonmyauto.com, you can connect with a ton of different dealerships and have them competing for your business, so that shopping around for the best deal from the comfort of your own home will be as convenient as possible, not to mention safe. Now, diving right into this video. So I'm looking for a Porsche, and I'm shopping around a few dealers, and luckily we've got about 7-8 Porsche dealerships in New England, so I'm doing okay. I'm not doing too bad. However, I still haven't test driven the vehicle yet. I'm planning on getting my Porsche dealer to bring it to me. Mardik, if you're seeing this, for the love of God, respond to my text message. Thank you. So that I don't have to go to the dealership, I'm gonna have him bring out the car to me so I can drive it around a little bit, get a feel for it. However, the first tip being it that I want you guys to be doing these test drives remotely if possible. The problem is you can only test drive one car at a time. You can't have 8 cars being brought to you. So with the first tip being, have the car brought to you for test drives. The second tip is, if you need to, like the situation that I'm in, I need to see a bunch of the colors. What I did was I hopped into my dreaded Giulia and went to the dealership, sat in the car, and just drove around the lot, checking out a bunch of different colors, got out of the car, told one of the guys to just hang tight, I don't need any help, and just looked at the different wheels, looked at the different trim packages, stuff like that, so that I wouldn't need to actually get 8 different cars brought to me at my house. So I made the trip out to the dealership and checked out a bunch of different colors and a bunch of different cars. So my second tip to you guys is to go physically to the dealership. You don't necessarily have to leave your car. Go there and check out the cars or colors that you're looking for, and then have the car brought to you. And when I say the car, I'm hoping that this car is in stock, because for the most savings, you guys, you gotta stick to what has been sitting on the lot since this whole thing really started. The reason being is that all these cars are collecting interest. They're collecting dust, being on the dealership's floor plan, and they wanna move whatever has been sitting for a decent amount of time. So if you don't see the car that you're looking for on the lot at that dealership, ask them to bring it from another store and still honor a fantastic deal. If not, then go to the dealership that has that vehicle. I usually like to use cars.com to check out who has the vehicle exactly, so I just go directly there. However, I haven't ruled out my local dealer just getting that car for me. Now, tip number 4, if you're looking to save the most amount of money, staying loyal to the brand that you're in. Maybe you got even like a used brand car, not, you know, maturing off a lease. You didn't buy it last year, you didn't buy it a couple of years ago, but maybe even a few years. Maybe it's been like 5 years. Sticking with a brand that you currently have in your driveway, in your household, will likely yield you the best results right now. So what I've been noticing is that shortly after we got put into lockdown, we saw a lot of incentives come out from the manufacturers, particularly for loyal customers of that brand. For instance, Mazda customers, they're getting about $500 if you got a Mazda, and then $1,500 on top of that if you're currently leasing a Mazda. You know, $2,000 just to basically re-sign a Mazda lease. Mercedes customers, same thing. If you got a Benz account in the household, you get like $2,000 on an E-Class. Not to mention, if you're a Costco member, you also get some money on top of that. So stick to the same brand as the cars that you have in your household now to get the best results. So tip number 5, what I've been seeing a lot is a lot of different promotional offers where they'll either give you a ton of cash as a rebate, or they'll offer you some ridiculously long 0% financing, something like an 84-month with a 0%. This is really common with the domestics. Take as much money as you can. Even if it's at like 3 or 4% interest, that's okay. Take as much money as you can and then refinance it shortly thereafter. The reason being is that, listen, you can always pay down a loan in a very, very quick amount of time, but you can't ask for money to be discounted off your loan because you did that. So in order to avoid that, just take as much money as you can and then pay down the loan as quickly as you can, or refinance it as quickly as you can, so that you get the best of both worlds. Tip number 6. What's happening right now is, guys, and I want you to really consider the following for the next couple tips. What's happening right now is that the auctions are being overwhelmed with cars. A lot of maturing lease cars, a lot of just trade-ins, cars that went into default, they're ending up at these auctions. What's happening is the more and more supply, less demand. That means the value of these cars are dropping. Now that helps a lot of people looking to buy a used car. However, that doesn't help anybody that's looking to trade in their car. If you can, try to sell your car privately, because this will yield a lot more money than just trading into the dealer, who likely will be taking that car to auction. Which brings me to my next tip. Try to consider a used car. I'm not saying that the deals aren't as hot on new cars, or you shouldn't buy a new car, or give you some sort of Dave Ramsey spiel. All I'm saying is that if you're planning on buying and you're planning on keeping for a decent amount of time, you could actually get a fat discount, a smoking deal on a used car right now, because supply is gonna be heavy. So just wanted to throw that out there for you guys. Tip number 7, check with your credit union to see what sort of rate you can get. Maybe let's say you took a really fat rebate under the contingency that you had to finance at 4%. Check with your credit union to see what kind of rate you can get for refinancing. Last I checked Penn Fed, they were doing something in the low 2s. So definitely take advantage of the knowledge. What can you get from your credit union, or by joining a credit union, asking Bank of America, what sorts of rates are you offering people right now? That way, when you go to the dealership, you can just straight up tell them, I want that price, but I want that price using my own rate. So don't get suckered into some crazy deal at like 4 or 5% interest. Tip number 8, with this whole scheme of not wanting to be around a lot of people, high traffic areas, don't do the deal at the dealership. Just don't. Negotiate the whole thing at home. Use email. That's why I've been dishing out. Visit saveonmyauto.com, so that they're already in that mindset that you're an online car shopper. And with this whole pandemic happening, this whole crisis taking place, dealers needed this wake-up call, and a lot of them are open to doing business online. Hell, a lot of them have invested a ton of money to be able to do these deals online. So take full advantage of being able to do the deal at home and having that leverage of just logging on and just visiting another dealership the moment that you receive an offer you don't like. Tip number 10, you guys, don't expect it to be a piece of cake immediately. The reason why I'm saying this is that dealers, they haven't been selling cars for the last couple of months. So a lot of them are in this mindset that, like, guys, like, we got to do whatever we can. We got to give these people hell to try and keep as much profit in the deal as humanly possible. That doesn't mean that they're not going to strip away profit, but they're going to give you hell until you actually get there, so that they can recoup what exactly has been being lost over the last couple of months. So don't expect it to be a cakewalk if you're trying to get this ridiculous smoking hot deal immediately. Take your time with it. Shop it around. And my last and final tip, use saveonmyauto.com. Trust me, connect with as many dealerships as you possibly can. Have them fighting at this point for your business. It's gonna serve you the best results. Don't settle for any deal just because it hit your number. Sometimes I hit my number and I'm like, wait a second, why was that so easy? Keep going. If you found this information useful and you want to see more of these new car buying and negotiation type videos, please consider subscribing. And don't forget to visit saveonmyauto.com to get the best possible deal. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.